Now, what you just saw was a compilation of work by menswear label Moto Guo, the first Malaysian and Southeast Asian to be shortlisted for the Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton LVMH Prize, which aims to recognize the next big talent in fashion. Lucky for us, we have Moto Guo joining us in the studio today. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, it's an amazing feat, beating out thousands of candidates worldwide, making the shortlist of 23. Now, let me repeat that, 23 out of thousands. That's quite an achievement.
Thank you.
Yes, and not to mention competing against some of the big names like Lady Gaga stylist Brandon Maxwell, who made the semi-finals as well.
Yep.
Right. So how did you feel about all these? Was it something that you expected at all?
To be honest, I didn't really expect this. It was really, really surreal and very unbelievable. And everything happened so quickly. We just submitted our profile and portfolio, everything, and we just got the notice and confirmation just 3 days later. So everything was so surreal.
Great. Right. Now, what did you think set your brand apart from the others that enabled you to reach this milestone?
I think it's the positive energy and the humor of our work because, our style is quite eccentric and loud and quaint in a way. So we do a lot of textures, and you can see like face on the coats. And yeah, I think it's the humor and the positive energy that set us apart with other brands. Yeah.
Great. Now, I also understand that you were in Paris recently for the LVMH screening process during Fashion Week. Tell us more about that. I'm sure it's exciting for you, given that you get to rub shoulders with renowned fashion icons at the glamorous event in Paris.
Yeah. The whole process entailed like very, very high pressures, a lot of hard work, and you need to have a lot of like smart presentations and careful thinking, and it was fun, of course, as well. It's LVMH, yeah. So I think the whole process just very intensive and overwhelming, and it's very inspiring as well. Yeah.
Who are some of the big names that you met at the event?
There were 2 days and presentations during the day. And the first day night, actually, there was a cocktail party, and there was like meet and greet. And Anna Wintour, of course, like Vogue US editor-in-chief, and Karl Lagerfeld. And we met like Business of Fashion founder Imran Ahmed, Tim Blanks, a lot of big names that we didn't expect we could meet them.
Amazing.
So yeah, like so soon. Yes.
Now, what kind of comments did you get from them after probably the presentation?
One of them, I cannot really remember who was that.
Okay.
They asked us to keep up the positive energy and humor of our work, because the industry now is seemingly so serious. So they need the humor and the energy from us. Yeah. So yeah.
Interesting. Now, here's a question I'm sure everyone is curious about.
Yep.
How did the name Moto Guo come about?
Okay, it has a very funny story, and actually I've been using this name for like since Standard 4, yeah, and yeah, because
that's a long way back.
Yes.
Standard 4.
No, sorry, not Standard 4, Form 4.
Form 4.
Sorry, high
okay.
school. Sorry,
but still, okay. Go on.
Because that time there was a cartoon called Madagascar 2, and my high school friend thought that I look alike with a male hippo in the cartoon, and the male hippo named Moto, and they just call me that name because I was quite oversized since then. Yeah, so I think it's quite unique for myself to call as Moto Guo. So I just use it since then till now. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, it is now Moto Guo's 3rd season. How has the brand evolved, and what kind of response and feedback have you been getting from the customers, locally and also abroad?
I think the brand has evolved so far so good, I would say. I'm actually quite proud that my team and I achieved so many achievements in just 1 year plus of running the label. I think the feedback from our local or global client is the wearability. But I think for this current collection that I just presented during the prize, the LVMH Prize, it's actually quite practical and marketable, I would say, because in terms of the silhouette and the fabrications, everything is just very easy to style and very easy to wear, I would say. It's a lot of like attachments you can just play around, and yeah, I think yes, we are good.
What do you think of the local fashion industry as compared to probably our peers in the region?
Local fashion industry, I must say, there are a lot of like organizations and companies. They are actually putting a lot of efforts into like pushing all the designers and pushing the boundaries, and they create a lot of platforms and shows for us to like showcase our creations and work. So I think it's good. Although it's rather slow compared to like other countries, like Euro countries, that we cannot compare, because we don't have seasons here. We only have one summer, so a lot of designers.
And Thailand is also pretty big in the fashion.
Yeah, Thailand is actually quite big in the global fashion industry, because the culture there is different, and a lot of like the government there actually push a lot on supporting like local talents. They have like a huge like shopping mall for the local fashion designers. Yeah.
Are we still a long way to get to where they are now?
Sorry?
Are we still a long way to get to where they are now?
I think
Thailand, because it's so close to us.
Yeah, so close. It definitely needs a lot of effort and from different parts, just not the, like I said just now, like those creative organizations and platforms. We designers ourselves, we have to push ourselves out of the box, and we have to just, try any effort, try anything to break into the international market, and, bring Malaysia's name to the global fashion industry.
True.
Yeah.
Now, what's next for Moto Guo? Is there any plan to expand your line, perhaps to introduce women's wear in the future?
We are getting ready for Spring Summer 17 now, which will be released in June. And then women's wear, we are still planning, but I'm not going to reveal that much about the women's wear.
But there are plans to tap into that.
Yeah, definitely
segment.
in the plan, because women's wear has bigger market compared to menswear. So we'll see.
Right.
Yes.
And what do you have to say to local aspiring fashion designers out there who dream to make it big in the global fashion arena?
I think just slightly change the mindset. Just be positive, apply, submit your things to any platforms you could approach, then you will get there someday.
Guo, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, thank you.
And congratulations again on your big achievement.
Thank you.
All the best. And that wraps up tonight's 7 edition. I'm Muhammad Mohamdan. Thanks for watching and have a good night.